Greetings, Hubbard School parents, families, and community members. This is Al Souza bringing to you the very first edition of the Hubbard Spotlight for the 2021 school year. Now, this first edition is going to focus on RULER, something that you've heard a little bit about already. And RULER stands for Recognizing, Understanding, Labeling, Expressing, and Regulating Emotions. So let's hear from our staff and students and see what they have to say about RULER at the start of the school year.
To me, RULER is a way we can talk about our feelings during the school year in a comfortable place.
It's when you learn about your feelings.
RULER is where you learn to understand your emotions and talk about how you feel.
RULER sometimes tell you what other people feel like. RULER is how you feel. RULER is how you act.
RULER is a program that teaches us about our emotions. We learn about body movements and how you might feel when you have a lot of emotions like sadness and happiness. RULER helps us understand our emotions you feel. Emotions in your brain and body. In RULER, we talked about how your body might feel and what you might be thinking when you feel happy, sad, angry, and calm.
RULER is how we feel. We talk about how our bodies are when we have feelings. We can control ourselves. When we're talking about emotions and feelings.
RULER helps us for people to understand our emotions and to help us express it. And if you don't express your emotions, people can't help you. For example, in a book called Tiger Rising, Rob doesn't let out his emotions, he just keeps it in a pretend suitcase, and if you don't let them out, people can't help you.
RULER is where you learn about feelings and express your feelings. Yesterday, my feelings changed throughout the day. Maybe not every day your feelings change. This morning I was very happy, but after recess I got very tired.
To me, RULER is a fun program that lets everyone in our class learn more about our emotions and what they are.
RULER is our emotions curriculum where we learn about all our different emotions and how they can make us have different reactions in our bodies, thoughts, and words. We also learn that all emotions are important and they are appropriate for different times.
RULER is talking about our emotions like sad, happy, angry, and calm. I like talking about emotions.
I think RULER will help my class by eliminating the idea of good versus bad emotions. Instead, we approach our emotions with a mindset of whether or not they're helpful during certain situations. I also think that it'll help my students reflect on their emotions more frequently and expand their emotional vocabulary.
Well, throughout my teaching career, the emphasis was always on student achievement, academics, not as much on a student's social and emotional well-being. But with this RULER program, students are going to learn more about their emotions, resulting in more positive relationships, better overall behavior, and the school climate will be so much better.
Right now in RULER, the students are learning about their emotions and naming them, and eventually they'll be able to regulate their emotions, which will help. And then also, my other goal is that they will be able to empathize with their classmates because they'll hear them having discussions about how they feel, and so they'll be able to understand how their classmates are feeling and show more empathy to them.
I think RULER is going to be a very beneficial program so students are able to not just understand emotions and feelings, but really learn how to express those feelings in a certain way and bring our classroom community closer together.
Hi, this is Mrs. Serrana. I think RULER will help in our classroom because it will be our social emotional wellness program and allow students to identify how they're feeling, name how they're feeling, and helps self-regulate this year.
RULER is going to help build a strong classroom community. It's going to help me meet all of the kids' needs on an individual basis, and it's going to make our classroom a place where kids want to take risks and where they feel comfortable to do their best learning every day.
Ruler will help us in our first grade classroom because children will learn how to talk about their emotions, and we will also learn how to deal with our emotions. They'll have an extensive emotional vocabulary, and it will help us build a safe, fun, and comfortable classroom environment.
I think that Ruler will help my class by learning about emotional intelligence and what it means to them. Students will be able to understand their own emotions and why they feel the way they do. They know that they feel it in their bodies and their minds, and they're able to understand and articulate their feelings and what it means to them and their lives. When students practice using emotional intelligence, they're better able to problem solve, communicate with others, and make good decisions. Students that use the Ruler program have less anxiety and are able to have better physical and emotional ways that they behave.
I'm really excited to implement the new Ruler curriculum in my kindergarten classroom this year. It's a great social-emotional program that's going to help my students understand their emotions. They'll be able to identify their feelings, but really understand why they're feeling that way. Ruler has such great tools and strategies that the students will be able to use depending on how they're feeling. I really think that it's going to help them become more empathetic with each other because they'll be able to understand their peers' feelings and be able to help them. And I'm really excited to watch them grow this year with Ruler.
I think Ruler will help my class by enabling my students to talk about their feelings and recognize and label them accurately. I also think that it opens up the discussion for our classroom community to talk about effective strategies and how their emotions can be useful or sometimes harmful for them, but to be able to come up with strategies to help them to be successful in school and in life.
I'm hopeful the Ruler program will help our young students be able to talk more accurately about their feelings and emotions. I think kindergartners especially come to school with a very limited vocabulary about how they're feeling. I have one little boy in my class this year who tells me on a repeated basis that he's bored. But what I'm really noticing is that he's frustrated because he can't complete a task, or he's confused by the directions I've given. I'm hopeful with Ruler he'll learn some new words that he can share how he's feeling. And if he can share how he's feeling, then I can better meet his needs.
I think Ruler will help my class to recognize and understand their emotions more deeply, which will help them to regulate their emotions throughout the day. And this is going to help them be more successful as learners throughout the school year.
Thanks for joining us and learning a little more about Ruler from our students and staff, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the Hubbard Spotlight.